And real quick, I'm going to go into some pro options, things that if you do know what you're talking about with cameras, these things help your images come out a little bit better. And the first is Foreground. So if you guys look, we saw that Texas State photo a little bit ago. This picture of Texas State here, this banner real quick, there I have something in the foreground here, and that basically, because it's soft focus, it tricks your eye into thinking that this was taken with a higher quality camera than it actually was. That's kind of what Foreground does. Let's see if I can find any other examples of interesting foreground. Here, this Hotel Emma in San Antonio, I have some nice foreground with the tree, but I'm still seeing my subject. Remember, clarity is very important. I'm still seeing my subject really well. So I would actually say that's a nice picture. I like that picture. I think it's good and artistic, and more than just a very boring, basic stock photo picture. So foreground, it's always good to have something in the foreground if you can. Again, you don't want it to be distracting, but if it can frame your picture nicely, do that. And then one thing that's also nice is using an ND filter. Now this is, I guess they do exist for cell phones, but this is more kind of for traditional cameras. An ND filter, what it does is it artificially blocks, I guess not artificially, actually, it blocks light coming into the lens. So it's a filter in front of the lens. And the reason why you would want to block some of the light coming in from the lens is that when you are taking video outside, your shutter is stuck at 50 or 60. Your ISO is going to be as low as possible, 100 or 200. And there's so much light outside, the sun is so bright that you're forced to close down your aperture a lot. So pretty much everything is in focus. Now, when everything's in focus, these digital cameras really don't look as good. And so what an ND filter is that it blocks some of the light coming into the camera, so you're allowed to open up your aperture more, and then you can have your foreground that's still in soft focus. If you look at this picture of Green Hall right here, these flowers are nice soft focus, and it looks really nice and pretty. Same with, this picture in San Antonio that I was saying, the tree leaves are out of focus, looks a lot nicer than if a foreground is sharp in focus, because again, it's all about clarity of your subject. And if you have so much in focus that your eye doesn't know what to look at, that's not great. So this picture of Green Hall, the historic dance hall is more important than these flowers are, but the flowers gives it nice texture, and yes, this is a little artsy, whatever. But having them out of focus is more interesting than having them in focus, and it allows our eye to focus on where it should be. So that was a whole lot of camera information packed into a little video, and so I definitely recommend, if you guys are interested in learning more about photography, take one of my other classes and dive deep into there. If you guys only took away the very first kind of the hobby part, those basic tips and tricks, absolutely awesome. There's a lot here that is not crucial to the stock photography process.